Hey y'all, welcome back to Crusted's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making a Longhorn Steakhouse copycat Parmesan crusted chicken. So I've been craving this for a few days now, and I googled online to see how hard it is, and it looks really, really simple. So this is not my recipe. I actually got this recipe from, I think it was the Cozy Cook, but it looked very simple, and like I said, I've been craving it for a few days, and I just figured today was the perfect day for us to go ahead and make it. I only needed one or two things that I didn't have, so I used the Walmart grocery pickup, got those items, never had to leave the car, and now we're ready to cook. So I'm going to move y'all closer to the stove, and we're going to get started with the marinade. So we're going to start with 4 chicken breasts that we're going to marinate, and I'm going to show y'all what all goes into it. Very simple. This is all of the ingredients for the marinade, and this is all of the ingredients for the crust. So not hard at all, but I'm going to move y'all closer and we'll get started with that. Okay, y'all. So we have our chicken breast that I've already thawed. And like I said, we've got 4 chicken breasts. These are a little bit on the smaller side, but it will be okay. If you have larger chicken breasts, just remember you want to kind of flatten them out to make them where they absorb the marinade a lot better, and they cook a little bit easier. But we're going to start with 1 teaspoon of vinegar, just white vinegar, and this huge bottle for just a small amount makes me nervous, but it's what I've got. There we go. And then we're going to do about a ½ cup of olive oil. And typically I would use an actual liquid measuring cup. Well, I'm going to have to grab the other one. So it's also a ½ cup of ranch dressing, salad dressing mix. I'm sure you could use whatever salad dressing mix you like. This is just our preference. We used to be diehard Hidden Valley fans, and then we got this at Sam's Club. And now, I don't know that we would use anything else. It's the best that I've probably ever had. Alright, so we're going to do a tablespoon of minced garlic. And then a teaspoon of lemon juice. And then 3 tablespoons of Worcestershire sauce. One, 2, 3. Alright, I'm going to grab that other olive oil so we can add that little bit to this. So we need about another ¼ cup. We're just going to mix all of this together. And just because I didn't want to use another bowl and dirty up anything, that's why I'm just using the same bowl that I thawed my chicken breast in, because these were originally frozen. And I thawed them out in this bowl, drained off the excess water, and it's not going to hurt to just mix it all in here. Now, I know on the recipe that I got this from, it said let it sit for 30 minutes. I'm actually going to let this sit, making splashes, for a couple of hours, because I want it to really get those flavors in. I love this chicken. I'm kind of poking it so that it gets down in the meat as well. But I love this chicken recipe. I've not had anything even close to it anywhere else. So I'm really excited, and I really want those flavors to come through. But I'm going to cover this with some plastic wrap, put it in the fridge for a couple of hours, and then we'll see y'all back soon. Okay, y'all. So our chicken has been marinating for, let's see, about 3½ hours. So I've got a couple tablespoons of olive oil heating up in the pan. Ooh, I have it a little bit too hot. Let it cool off just a little bit. You want it on a medium-high heat. And I'm going to move the chicken to the pan and start getting it where it's searing. while we make the cheese mixture that's going to go on top. So let's just pull our first piece of chicken out. I'm hoping that all 4 pieces will fit. Now I do have a larger cast iron. So you may have to do yours in separate batches if you have a smaller one. This is a 14-inch cast iron. While that's going, we're going to work on our cheesy mixture. So we want about 3-ish minutes on that first side. I do also have some green beans in the oven. So the oven's getting nice and warm because this will be transferred to the oven for those last few minutes to brown up that top layer. So we're going to do about a cup of Parmesan cheese. And I'm going to do, about 4 slices of the provolone. And this is just all my grocery store had. If you have some shredded provolone, that'll probably be your best bet. But after I started thinking about it, I was like, the sliced provolone will work better for me because I can make some salami paninis with this for lunch in the next day or 2. And then we're also going to add about a half a cup more of our ranch to this mixture. And this is going to go in the microwave just to melt that cheese down. I'm going to start with about 30 seconds and then stir it up. Okay, y'all, so we've got just a few more minutes on our chicken. And although I'm kind of sizzling them around, we want to leave them be as much as possible. So y'all saw I just melted this. It took about 3 rounds at 30 seconds. And I'm just going to top each piece. It's very stringy with a little bit of the mixture. Or that one with a lot of it. I'll probably top the biggest one that's over there on the side with some more. These are going to be very cheesy. I'm going to go ahead and turn that off. And these are going to go in the oven for about 5 minutes. And about 3 minutes in, we're going to add the Panko breading that we're about to make. And it's just a Panko crumbs with a little bit of butter. So, let's get this moved to the top rack of the oven. Oh, I forgot. So this is not in the recipe, but it is something that I wanted to add to it. I'm just going to toss in some mushrooms. This is an 8-ounce container of mushrooms that I washed and sliced. I can't remember if I got these in my Misfits box or if I bought them at the grocery store. But they were getting to the point where they needed to be used. And I know this can potentially change the flavor a little bit, but this kind of addition isn't something that I'm really... It's not going to hurt my feelings if it adds a little mushroom flavor to it. So in the oven we go. And let's clean this off and we'll make our Panko breading. Okay, y'all, So we're going to add in just a few tablespoons or teaspoons of garlic powder. And about a cup of breadcrumbs. This is about 5 tablespoons of melted butter. And Panko breadcrumbs are just Japanese breadcrumbs. It's that crispy, crunchy stuff. And this is just going to soak up all of that butter. Because if it wasn't already yummy enough, we're going to just send it over the top. Alright. We're going to give that another minute or so in the oven, and we'll add this to it. Okay, y'all. So it's been in for about 3 minutes. We're just going to top it with our little breadcrumb. I don't know if I'll use all of these breadcrumbs. It seems like a lot. Our chicken may have been smaller than hers, and that might be why. It seems like quite a bit. We're also going to kind of zhuzh our mushrooms around. Making a lot of little juice in there. What's the matter, Thatcher?
I want you to take me to my walking block.
Give me a minute and I'll take you to your walking blocks. Alright, y'all. So we're going to pop this back in the oven for just a few more minutes and let that panko get crispy on the top. I may even turn it to the low broil side. Hey y'all, so the chicken's out of the oven. I did have to end up turning on the broiler to high for just a few minutes to crisp up that panko and give it a nice golden brown color. But we're going to plate it up and we'll let y'all know how it tastes. I think it's going to be super yummy. I mean, with all the yumminess in it, how can it not be?